with you now. We're ready. We're ready. Yeah, so underneath your answer me now. Make we talk. Grown folks talk. Late night talk. Grown folks talk. Yeah. I want to know why the good men are short. What is going on? Why there are so many women who claim to not be able to find a good man. What is it? Those of you who have been out there in the dating world or trying to find somebody, so may I distract you? May I distract you? Really? Really? How we are talk to so? I say you can't take me serious at all. Listen, take me just as I am. What I deal with, my girl? Hey G, what's up? Fly girl, fly girl, how you doing? What? Listen, AG said good men are not short. Them just don't know if you use their length. What is? People, him said them not short. Them just don't know if you use their length. I'm sorry, AG. They need lessons. Oh, all right. So on a serious note, AG says it's the women's. He said good men are not short. It's the women's expectations that are too high. But there's plenty of good men out there. The thing is, good can be good is subjective. What you call good and what me call good are not the same. Two different kind of good. Two different kind of good. Because your good could have mean say, well, at least you have a man. My good means that is not just that I have a man, but I have a man that is present, I have a man that is caring, I have a man that is loving, I have a man who fulfills my expectations and go beyond to show me that he cares, that he wants to be here. Yeah. And your good could have just mean say, oh yes, I'm here, she have a man. That to me is not enough. It's not enough to just have a man. You have to have a worthy man. Somebody who's willing to compromise, somebody who is willing to grow with you, somebody who is on it being honest with you and fair. Yeah, not just somebody just to be there just for aesthetics, where somebody look at you and say, oh, they're married. Oh, there goes a beautiful couple. Oh, she's married. No, that's not that. Long gone are the days. Long gone are the days when a woman's only desire in life was to be a wife. Long gone. So they would just pick anybody. They would just settle for anybody just so they can be called Mrs. So and so. Just so that they can be somebody's wife. Because back then, society treasured family and, marriage and togetherness. And nowadays, no, society don't give it the hype like it used to. So therefore, what is the point? Nobody now walk around with ring on them finger, walk around and say, oh, where I am? I am Mrs. So and so. And when you don't have one deadbeat man sitting on yard now do nothing. One deadbeat man every week, every other day you and him a fight over next somebody him a cheat with. Like you in misery. You would have been better off being alone than having this person. They're not carrying their weight financially, they're not carrying their weight emotionally, they're not carrying their weight in no kind of alley at all. But you have them there just for aesthetics. Because it kind of look good, say you're married. It kind of look good, say you have a husband. Child, please. Eh? Sometimes the woman just want. She a siren, she a ambulance or motor car. She just a want. So sometimes the woman them just want. And yet they don't bring anything to the table. Well, that is the thing, because who are you looking for as a partner? Because not just women need to be conscious about who they're choosing for a partner. Men need to be conscious too about who they are choosing for a partner. What do you want out of a partner? And I know a lot of people don't like to, they don't like the searching game. The searching part of it is hard for some people to embrace, because you see, you meet somebody, this person doesn't seem like they are up to scratch. You're like, is you have two choices. I'm going to leave this person and move on to finding somebody else, or I'm going to settle for this person and hope that things get better. And that right there is always the wrong thing to do. Because if you are going to settle with somebody and hope that they change, that's bad, because you can't just change somebody. This is not like you're making Legos, you're putting Legos together and you can just break it down and change it into something else. No. You're talking about people. You're talking about people whose whole being have been fashioned out of their religion, out of their society, out of their upbringing. And for you to just want to come in now and break it down and say, listen, you are not going to do X, you're not going to do Y, you're going to do it the way I want you to, the way I like it, if you want this relationship to work. Uh-oh. So, all right. So, Kai say, so should we cherish marriage to keep tradition or break tradition to keep our sanity? And I say the latter. Because there is no point in cherishing the marriage just for tradition. What about you? What about what you want? What about how you feel? And this one life you have to live, and you want to live this one life in misery, that kind of misery, you'll be doing a great disservice to yourself if you choose to live this one life in misery, all because you want to maintain a tradition of being married or being a married woman. You can't put on my gravestone. You can't even put never been married. Because if you don't ask me in my mind, me feel like me was never ever married. To be honest. So I can't always put a single dump on my headstone. But anywho, let us continue. Right, God? Let us continue. Let me turn that. All right, that fan here make you give me a little bit of breeze. Yeah. So as God was called, AP, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Happy Sunday night to you, my love. Welcome into the live. Yeah, so back to what we were saying. When you're out there searching for a partner, you want to find somebody who already come with the compatibility that suits you. You want to get somebody who is not compatible with you, and then you think you're going to break them down like Legos and put them together the way you want them to. That's going to cause a lot of conflict in the relationship, because not everybody is willing to let go of their traditions so easy. And it's hard when you find adult people to retrain them for them to start adopting these new ways of life that they are not used to. And then when they realize they are just adopting these new ways of life to please you, they aren't getting any satisfaction out of it. So in that case, a one-sided relationship, because you are benefiting from everything good in the relationship. while she's suffering. No. So always be willing to continue in the dating scene until you have found the person you consider to be the perfect, not perfect, but most compatible with you. You can't say, oh Lord, society, I go see me, I go from one person to the next, going from one person. Sometimes you have to. The laws of probability provides for that. There are some people who are going to go out there and one shot, and the first person they meet is the person they end up being with for the rest of their lives. Rare though it seems, it is possible. But then there are others who are out there, like me and you, who are going to be out there. But I want to cut, man. Yes, we are computer now. Compatibility we're dealing with. You understand? There are others out there like me and you who we're gonna go one, can't find. We're gonna go two, can't find. We're gonna go three, we're gonna go four, we're gonna go. And sometimes either that we end up just settling and taking just about anybody, or we give up and say, you know what, take with it. I've searched enough. I can't be bothered with searching anymore. But whatever the case may be, you just make a decision that you feel is right for you. Yeah. But you can't just jump in at the first relationship and say, all right, because I was looking for marriage and this person was looking for marriage, so the two of we are going to just get married and call it a day. No, not set up on yourself for disaster. Not set up on yourself for problems, I. Yeah? That can't right. Mm-mm. Can't right. You have to feel out the person. You have to see if this person like the things that you like. If the things that the person like where you not like, if the person willing to compromise, to modify, for you know, it all depends on how simple that thing is. Cause sometimes I just some simple little things, like I just some simple little things like me not cook on Saturday, or me not like sleep with my head at the head of the bed. Me like sleep with my head at the foot of the bed, or some simple little things like leaving the toilet seat down. Sometimes that's simple little things where not really have much bearing on the relationship. Simple little things one can just iron over. But sometimes the things are deep. For example, you marry somebody, you're there with somebody, and you go Sunday church and she goes Saturday church. But the two of you feel like, not have this great connection. And you are going to say to her, say, you know something? I don't mind see you go to Saturday church. That cool with me. That's all right. Even though a Sunday, I go Saturday church. All right. You decide now. Okay. Saturday she'll go to your church. Sunday you go to your church. Then when you get married, you say, nobody now come out upon Saturday on a church. And she say, you're a devil. You're a devil, man. Mm-hmm. These are the things that cause marriages to break up. These are the things that cause the demise of marriages, because people never adequately evaluate their compatibility before they run go married. And then when they're married now and in the situation, all the conflicts start arising from their incompatibility. And that's how the problem start. And that's how the problem reign. And that's how them I got a problem. Until them, hey, watch my friend Chucky now, my friend Q roll up in the place. Chucky. Chucky, what's up? How you doing? You find me. Anyway, me up on the internet, you find me, you know, blouse and skirt. What's up? Nolan, how you doing? Good night, good night, good night, good night. We're asking the question, why the good man them shorts? That is the question. Why are good men short? I mean, short and short. Yes, we're talking both ways now. Why are good men short? And my position is, when I think of a short, good men short, I just think that the right people are not finding each other. And when we find that we are not a good fit for one another, we are not willing to let go and move on. Because I believe, I firmly believe that everybody tonight, I firmly believe, you notice me say tonight. I mean, I want to hear you say, Trev, your position was this one time, then a position. I mean, I want to hear it. Okay? This is my position tonight. I think that everybody can find somebody with whom they can work and grow and have a good relationship. But a lot of us are just not willing to search. We're not willing to go from person to person until we find that particular person. Oftentimes we settle, and when we settle for crap. Right, Apple Rose? Yeah. Oftentimes we settle because we just can't be bothered. And we end up settling for crap. Settling for one reason or the other, and none of that reason is with our own interest at heart. We just settle just because, you know, to please society. Because I don't want society if you say, oh, me I go from man to man, or them something there. So you just settle for one piece of crosses and thinking to say you can handle the problems that's going to come with it. Problem them come, you can't manage it. You understand? Next reason why I think good men, good men are short. I think that society's changes in expectations has caused a lot of men to think differently about what they should and shouldn't do. Example, we see a lot of women nowadays. Women are working outside the home, women are making their own money and stuff like that. So a woman comes into a relationship, she has her own bread, right? Once upon a time, a woman comes into the relationship, she usually does not have her own bread. And so the man is expected to provide for her. But nowadays, a woman coming with her own bread, a man is confused like, damn, she makes 6 figures a year. I don't. Like, she got her whole finances together. I am getting by, but how do I match up to her financially? And those things cause men to withdraw, to back up. They say, I don't know if I fit here. Because if I have to buy her a gift out of my salary, considering how much money she is making, the gift might look like an insult. So a lot of men are feeling like they're unaccomplished compared to the women who are out there in the pool, in the dating pool. So them just back up. Them just back up. Like, what should I do? You don't agree with me? You so quiet, like, you don't agree with me? Yeah, a lot of the men, them back off. because they are not sure that they can match up to the expectations that are out there. You understand? Women are not wanting to stay home barefoot and pregnant all day long anymore. Women have been taking charge for a long time. They continue to take charge of their life and what their lives and what they want and what they don't want. So now the men are having a hard time. Well, that's what they need to have. Some of them can have a hard time. And that too is another problem. I think these new generation of men, me think they are not maintaining, they're not maintaining functional manhood for a long time. See if you get what I mean. See if you get what I mean. They are losing their function earlier. That's what I think. They are losing their function earlier. And that too is a great turn off for women. And I met her. And I tell her true. A true. I see men 40 years old. 40 not old. 40 not old, you know. I see men 40-year-old. And I'm already gone 6:30. They're already unable to function in that department. And they are only 40. Some people at 40 years old, that's when they're ready to settle down, to have a wife and to have kids. Who wants you at 40 when you... Wait. Me know I'm not going to say, oh, Trev, that's not the only thing in our relationship. You don't have to tell me that that's not the only thing. But that is very important. That's very important. Especially if you're a 40-year-old man and you're just getting ready to go settle down and have children. And you are going to come to the game 6:30 every day? No, sir. You see, I'm bend up my foot them. My poor little knee them can't manage. You understand? And I think the man them not take care of themselves. I think the foods, what them I eat, probably contributing to them falling off the wagon so early. You notice that back in the day, men used to be older men used to seem like, oh, me I gonna know that, me don't know. But it seems like men used to be able to stay up for way up into their 60s and maybe then 70s as well. But them young people here, them gone in no time. What make me all feel like me I lose my words? What make me feel like me even losing my words? Like, are y'all serious tonight? Yeah. So there are a whole lot of factors why women are considering that them can't find a good man. Not true, sweets? And another thing, especially older women, people in them 50s, all right. When the people in the one of them 50s, you don't come to the front of the line. You don't come to the front, make we talk a little bit. You see, sweets, you found yours. That is the thing. Some people are lucky. As I was saying earlier, my sister, some people are very lucky. They could go out there and on their first try, some people on their second and even third try, they come up bingo. There are others of us who could have gone out there 10, 20 times and we still not come up with anything worth keeping. It's all a part of life. It's, you know, remember, nobody came here with anybody's name on them. Nobody came here specifically designed for anybody. And everybody come here with their different attributes. See, there's his sister Georgia said she was never lucky. Me too. Yeah, I was never that lucky to find somebody who was, you know, had all the bells and whistles. I was never that lucky, and it could have been me at the problem too. Who knows? How could have been me at the problem too? Ah,
Good evening,
sweets,
Amy.
sweets, what's up?
How's it going? So I just came in and, I heard just whatever I heard as soon as I got in. But you know what? I don't think it's so much thing you said about the older woman, right?
Mm,
I think when you come to a point where you know what you want, it's not like you're not sure or you're, doubting.
mm,
You come to a point where you know what you want. Like with me and my other half, we're both, closer to an age, and we're in our late 30s, and when we started getting to know each other and stuff, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna lay it out. I know you're not supposed to bring expectations to a new relationship and stuff, but I ain't expecting anything, but what I am telling you is
mm,
I've been through 1, 2, 3 in my life. I've had this happen. I've experienced 1, 2, 3, and I don't want this to be a repetitive thing, especially now where I stand in my life and my age.
mm-hmm.
If you can move forward and this is something that you're looking for, then we're good. And if it's not, I'm gonna let you know. We're gonna, we're gonna call it off from the beginning because I don't have time to play. And as a woman who has kids, you really don't have time to play.
Yeah, we're not time to play, time to waste. No. But the thing is, you were lucky in finding somebody who was genuinely willing.
He did,
You
but
know,
it's not just general willing. He did make a lot of changes too.
exactly. He
Remember,
was
I looked at
genuinely
her
willing
background.
to make the changes
Right.
that will make your relationship work. There are some people who are not like
What
that.
makes it more challenging, though, but what makes it more challenging is we're both from two different races, different traditions, different everything. I'm
Okay.
of Arab background, he's of Caribbean background. But then when you
Okay.
come look at it, we have to balance things where, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you could take somebody who has so much similarities and you still can't get on one page.
Mm-hmm.
But when we looked at it, this is life, and we had our fair share in our life when we were younger. We, we did what we had to do or what we wanted to do. But you come at an age today where it's kind of like, you know what, I am done with this and I'm done with that, and it's kind of, you gotta put your big hats on kind of thing, it's a different experience.
Yes, I can imagine. I can imagine. 10K, I see you.
I mean, it's not easy, it's not easy to find somebody who has different traits, different everything than you, but you
Mm-hmm.
can still
And then
balance
for
and
the
come
two of
down
you
to
to
that
work
level.
together. Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's blessed one, what's up? It is not easy. And that is why many of us are still unaccounted for. Because
But also, a lot of people, before they move on, they're still not fully healed from the previous relationship. If you can't heal and get over certain things, it's gonna linger into the next relationship with you.
yeah, and people heal at different rates. It all depends. There are many factors to be taken into consideration when you consider healing. Some people will easily just shrug things off and move right along, depending on how deeply they were hurt and how much that past relationship meant to them. Some people
But you
are
see,
generally daredevils. They will just jump into our next one like, oh well, oh well. While there are
I mean, for
others who are
me,
not.
one thing is,
Mm. Go ahead, lovely.
well, I mean, they're always saying never bring any past relationship problems, issues into your new beginning, but then you have to talk about certain things that triggered your,
Yes.
with them, what happened and what context. So, for example, for me, with my partner now, he actually puts time in talking and communicating, where my ex didn't. He just expected me to kind of know things just off my head,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we never, like with me, my ex, we never even sat and talked about anything. We never, he was not that type of person where this one here, no, we're gonna talk it out, you know. And then for him on his end, where his ex was more of a aggressive, you could say, well, she wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
stand for a word or whatever, let's say, you have type of women who, when the man is ticked off, she's gonna aggravate it and get ticked off, and then she's gonna go at it. Where me,
Okay.
if he's mad, we're gonna leave him be, let him have his time. When you cool down, okay, this is what we need to do. this is what we're going to talk. So a lot of things do play factors too.
Mm-hmm. Lots of things factors into a relationship working. The somebody here says the men I've been with, they don't know how to be loyal. They have to have another woman, so I rather stay by myself. Just like that. Just like that.
But not all men, though. But
Listen,
not all men,
I
remember.
I
As a
know that
woman,
not all men cheat, but the ones that don't cheat are too few and far between. The one that we can't go fight over them.
I think the ones who are loyal, I think the ones who are loyal are the ones either have been caught cheating red-handed or have been cheated on to know better not to repeat it with something good.
So those are usually older people. Because the younger men, when them
Well, like I said, the
testosterone
ones who've
riding
been
them
through
left
that
and
experience,
right,
right?
say that again, darling.
The ones who've been through that experience of hurting others and being hurt, they
Mm.
know the feeling.
And
When
some
you
of them
have
even they
something
know the
good,
feeling.
something
They will still put somebody else through it. Some of them even
they
they
don't
know.
care, right? But they're not really. Yeah, no, the ones who do that don't have respect for themselves, don't really care for themselves.
And there are so
So if
many
you
of them.
can't respect yourself and care for yourself, you can't come at a woman to not give you the respect and care.
And there are so many of those.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And here's one thing I say. I say this to every man and every woman. Make sure you've had your bucket full enough with your experiences, with your woman, with your men, before you make a commitment. Because commitment is not an easy thing, and especially if you're bringing children into the world.
I
I've
like
heard a
that.
lot of people who have been, they've been married for years, and he's cheating and she's cheating, and they have kids. But just because of that foundation, maybe a financial thing, they don't want to split up.
They
And
don't
at the
want
end
to
of the day,
split
people
up.
are not blind.
And the place is just toxic
But
and
people,
ah.
right? But they paint a pretty picture in public, but behind closed
Mm-hmm.
doors, it's so
Mm-hmm.
chaotic and unhealthy. But at the end of the day, it's like, people are not blind, people are not deaf. People can see, point
Yes.
things out. But
Because
like
it's
if
for
you're unhappy,
aesthetics. It's for aesthetics. A lot of times these relationships are for aesthetics. And people will respect you if you got a husband. So people think they, oh yeah, they must have a husband. You ever notice how people look at you sideways? When you say you are a single mother, when you say you're
yeah,
single, when you say you don't have nobody, people look at you sideways. A lot of people don't want to have to face that. They want that respect that comes with being married. Where once you say you are married, everybody go, oh wow, oh beautiful, yeah, you are being catered to.
but not all married couples are really committed to each other, though.
Exactly. So oftentimes it's just for the aesthetics. They are not committed to each other. They're probably having a terrible time at home. Yeah, them hate each other. They sleep in a two different bedroom. Them, yeah. But just by
But then
law to
what
say
is
they
it
are
doing? Like, I
married,
would rather, I would
me have to watch my mouth. My husband coming at the chat.
I would rather hold on a honest, trustworthy lifestyle in front of my children than have to be a fake in life just to impress people.
To impress people. Well, I
Yeah,
want to
because
say
at the end
there
of the day,
are,
people are not doing nothing.
I say there are 95% of men that will stick to their woman and make her good. There is not 90. What? The 95 out of 100 men that will stick to their woman and make. No, sir. I don't think so. There are 95% that will not. 95%
I'm
that.
gonna tell you something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not trying to be racist or anything. White men, they don't know how to cheat. They just don't know how to cheat. Majority of white men, because they get caught so fast and easy. A lot of
Really?
colored men, they're so slick. Yeah, there's a lot of colored men are slick with their wick. You can kind of say. Um, Arabs, they use religion. When it comes to like Muslims, oh, we're allowed 4 wives. So that's like what the kosher, the halal way of cheating, which is
Mm-hmm.
stupid. You know what I mean? But like I said, in the end of the day, majority, if we're pointing towards men, make sure your bucket is full of your experience. You've had your enough woman, your experience and stuff before you before you commit to one woman.
Okay. All right. Don't hear that, sister.
I mean, this is
Sweet
my opinion.
speaks.
This is my opinion, you know?
Mm-hmm. Barry, what's up? Me not say nothing for your offend you. What me say? Me not say nothing bad. Me not say nothing bad. Andrea! What?
When I first started joining the Caribbean community, right? And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
categorizing anyone, but I asked the Jamaican guy and a Trinidadian guy the same question, right? I said, so if based on what I'm hearing, who cheats more, the Jamaican or the Trinidadian, right? The Jamaican first said, oh, no, it's a Trinis. And I asked the Trinidadian, and he said, we're both the same shit, different pile.
The same thing. I agree. I agree.
You know what I mean?
Because I don't think where the man comes from has much to do with him cheating. I just think that it is a man's desire and he feeds that desire.
But even if the man doesn't physically cheat, they're gonna emotionally cheat, mentally cheat. A man. The thing is, men are visual. They're not like women, right? A man sees, he likes. That's it. He puts it in his mindset, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where's the Barry? Me a Trev brother. Me a men tonight, so me just yeah.
Well, I came across a video yesterday, and I was telling my husband, I said, listen, I'm gonna try this if you ever pull a cheating stunt. He's like, what's that? I said, if I ever find out that you're cheating, I'm gonna find a girl, I'm gonna call her up, I'm gonna tell her, hey, did you know my husband had HIV?
You crazy. You a mess. You a mess. I was watching one thing the other day and the lady found out that her husband was cheating and she called up the girlfriend, the one he was cheating with, and the two of them hatched a plan to catch him because the girlfriend didn't know that he was married. So she agreed with the wife. He invited the girlfriend out for dinner, told his wife he was going somewhere, and and then the wife showed up at the restaurant. She and the girlfriend sitting there waiting for him. When he walks in, he see the two of them sitting there. He see the two of them sitting there talking. He was so busted. I said, good.
You know, you know,
Good for him.
one thing that gets me is the married men who not walk out, who cheat on their wives, and what they tell these women is, oh, we're on
A
the
whole
verge
bunch
to
of
break
lies.
up, doing so good,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I made my mindset. It's just a matter of time before I find my own place in one, two,
Mm-hmm.
three. But then at the same time, he's loving his wife on one end, but then smacking her on the
Okay.
other hand on top.
Okay. Those are
Those are
narcissistic
the worst
people.
ones.
Yeah, they are terrible.
Yeah.
They are terrible.
And they come and they bring themselves like as if they're like this
And they
good
will and they
person.
will cheat
They're
and
friendly.
they will those are the ones who will unalive their wife to be with their mistress. Trust me. They are very sly, very cunning. Andrea said, oh, was the pudding?
Right.
Mr. Angela, the pudding nice. Ooh, Jesus. Andrea, me eat peas. Me not supposed to eat it because I'm supposed to be on one diet.
But
So,
this is what they say. They say your main course should be a main for a reason, but a side dish is only an option.
oh. Oh, I never heard of one before.
So for example, right? Let's say you go to a restaurant. Are you going there for the main dish, or are you going there for the side
Mm.
dish?
Okay, so you go for the main
Like,
dish. So the side
what
dish
has
is
more worth?
the main dish.
But why can't men get that through their head sometimes?
They can't. Even they got two heads, they're not going anywhere. They can't get it. Because you see a lot of them, even though they're in a relationship, they're always looking
What's that?
they always think the grass is greener on the other side.
Wait, what's it? Oh, I got Mr. Bullet here. He's like, hey, I don't think like that.
Oh, cheating sounds so derogatory. We spread the blessing. Oh Lord Jesus. He says cheating
Yeah.
sounds derogatory. We should say that they spread the blessing. Oh my word. It's still cheating.
If you think about it, woman's point of view and perspective is completely opposite than men's on cheating? I feel sometimes men, you have to detail everything and explain to them what is cheating and how women feel and what they put women through and stuff for them to actually have an understanding of what cheating to them is.
Listen, they know. They just want to act foolish. They know. And if they did not know that what they were doing was wrong, they would not hide to do it. But they know it's wrong.
Right. So here's a question. Now you have these group of people who say if a man or a woman are cheating or looking outside the relationship, it is because there is something going on that the other partner is not investing in for them
And maybe
to
not.
do what they're doing.
Maybe not.
Right.
Yeah, man is just
I think it's an
who he
excuse.
is. If he and you see a man's attention span is short too. You are with the same person. Sometimes I have to be honest, no matter how I feel. You are with the same person every day, every night. You might start to entertain the idea of variety. And if you feed that idea enough, it will lead you to cheat. There are very few men who will have their mind and say, you know what, this is home. I'm staying home. This is whatever we do here. This is what's going to happen. This is home. And then there are others who have a strong desire for variety, a strong desire like you could be on your period, and that's the time he want to hump, and you be like, no, we ain't humping because I'm on my period, and he has this strong desire. He feels like he must feed it. He
But
will
this is
go.
where
He will go
communication
cheat.
and understanding.
While there are
Right.
others
But
who
this
will
is
say, "Oh well, I know she's on a period, whatever. I just gotta wait until that we get that out the way."
But it doesn't have to go. It doesn't have to be precisely humping. Like if it's whatever it is, you
That
just
is
have
the
to come to an
thing.
understanding too.
That is the thing. Some men do not see any value in coming to a compromise during those times. They just think say once they want that, that's what they want. And that's the
Yeah, but
mindset they
that's
have
not
to
what
let go
relationship
of.
is all about. See,
That is why they are
these men are
losing.
in that mindset.
That is why men,
Yeah.
yeah, that is why good men are short. Because the men out
Right.
there,
Right.
some of them, they are not thinking in line of compromise. They are not thinking in line of long term. They're not thinking in line of togetherness. They are thinking in terms of for now.
These are the men that you say they have the wrong head screwed on at the wrong time.
Ah, yes, all the time. They got the wrong head screwed on all the time. Andrea said if me to do any lawn mowing today. Yeah, Andrea, I mowed over there up on the other that side, but over on this side I only was able to do a part of it because for some reason the lawnmower kept shutting off. I'm talking about, so me not take out the battery
I
and reach.
almost,
Huh?
I almost didn't recognize you with the beard, the mustache.
Remember? I just thought it was cute. And I said, since I'm talking about men tonight, let me just put it on. Let me just put it on. Barry, no want to say nothing tonight because Barry said me look like one man. That's okay,
So
Barry.
tonight's topic is about men and cheating.
Yeah, like why are good men short? Why is this narrative propagating
Well,
around
I'll tell
that?
you why. They're either taken or they're gay.
Oh, that part. That part.
You know what I mean?
There are that part. That part. You are right. You are right. Or they have gotten old. A lot of them are out of the dating pool because they are older. They are older people.
But
Or
I don't nowadays with society and how media's playing, we can't even categorize age group anymore because you're looking at like these 50 something who've had been loyal majority of their relationship and now they just want to break out at this age. They got
that's true.
grandkids
Got
and
your
this and
midlife
that.
crisis, and that yes, when they get their 50s, that's when they wanna explore. That's when they wanna yeah get kinky. That's when
I won't lie to you. My dad's in his 60s, right? And it's just like, I don't know what it is, but I mean, I've always always seen him as so loyal to my mom and stuff, but then he's at an age now where I don't know if he's just feeling that he's getting that old and whatnot. But every time I see him, oh, you're so beautiful. Like they're just making little comments here and there, and it's like, Dad, you're great. Go home.
You want to see if he still have it, man.
Well, until it hits them really bad, then a woman's gonna be like, okay, Grandpa.
Let's go. Andrea says cheating has many faces. That is true. Cheating has many faces. You would be surprised at some people who look like they won't cheat, look all simple, like Simple Simon. The next thing you know, yeah, they are the ones who are cheating on the quiet.
Let me show you something, Trev, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you've been in a long-term relationship with your other half, you know the little changes in them.
Yes.
May it be the way they present themselves, the way they speak to others.
Yes.
Anyone who has paid attention to their partner and know them well enough, they will get the slightest hint that, hey, he's changed, she's changed, something ain't right, something's going on. Little things, even if they still talk to you on a daily basis, but even let's say in the bedroom they change certain acts that you've never done before, you've been with them for a long time.
Right.
Something is up.
Something is up.
Don't catch on these little, yeah. So for the ones who don't catch on that means you were never really into each other.
Yes, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. Somebody says only women cheat because they are constantly looking for money.
I'm sorry. They might have had a bad experience, but not all women look for money. To be honest, a lot of women. Listen, here's one thing I always say: real women look for self-worth, while little girls are looking for your pocket, honey.
Exactly. You see, only women cheat because they're always looking for money. I beg to disagree. I beg to disagree. More women these days have their own money. Most women these days are not looking for a man to provide anything for them. The men have taught us that we can't depend on them. Too many women have been disappointed because they chose to sit down and depend on a man who turned around and disappointed them. So now we are making our own money. And now the men they are intimidated by that. So a lot of them went on the other team. Went to go back for the other team.
Nowadays, men are not actually looking for the men are looking for women who actually have a foundation, who have
exactly
financial background and stuff. It's not so much even the woman looking for a man with money; it's the men looking for it the other way around.
That too. Somebody says there, I got married before my 1 year anniversary cheated on me. My marriage was a week. Yeah. Waste of time, waste of energy, waste of money, waste of everything. These men cheat on us and act like we should deal with it and not say anything. They can't give it. They can give it, but they can't take it. Yeah, that is so true. They can give it, but they can't take it. And we don't want to do the tit for tat. We don't want to do the tit for tat. But these men, some of these men, they know better. I just think some of them just don't want to. Chris, what's up? They just don't want to do better. Some of them don't care, frankly. They don't care. They just believe that they can find somebody else. If she leave, I can find somebody else. So they don't really care. A lot of them are not looking for tomorrow. They're just looking for what satisfaction they can get today. They're not in this for the long haul. What's up, Chris? We there hearing a good.
Do you hear the little guy?
I hear him. How old is he now?
He'll be 6 months and next week he'll be 6 months old.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody said, what this person says, I'm the vice president of Hells Angels Club. Happy to meet you guys there. Happy to see you. Happy to see you, Chris. How you doing? Somebody here says, I asked a guy why men cheat, and he said it's in their DNA. Like seriously, it's in their DNA. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? They act like it, right? They act like it's in their DNA because you can hardly find a faithful man. I have look how cute he is. Look at him. Look at him. Ah! I've never had a faithful man in my life. Never. I mean, I'm not a bad person. You know, so I know it has nothing to do with me. It's just the men. Me know they want to live like Abraham and all them other men in the Bible. Because I don't know which, there wasn't any man in the Bible. The only man in the Bible, well, not one, but there are a few men in the Bible that the Bible talks about them with one wife, but that doesn't mean they had only one wife. Because I didn't hear the Bible say Adam had any more women, but that doesn't mean he didn't. Because it did say he had many, he lived to be whatever he lived to be, and he had many sons and daughters. So those sons and daughters, that don't mean Eve, that don't mean they were all by Eve. So we don't know. But we see where in the even in the Bible, the men had many women, and
Yeah, yeah, but
it was
again,
acceptable.
I think like even with the Islam, right, Muslim sides and stuff, they accepted for a woman, but I think they had you had to complete a certain um how to explain. So, for example, if you can provide for all four of them equally, if you can,
Hmm.
it is all equality too. You know, but the only reason I think they did that because back in the day, there was a lot of wars, a lot of women left widows, no one to take care of them, no
Exactly.
one to provide for them. I think that was one of the
Right.
biggest reasons a man had more than one woman, not for pleasure, but it was for comforting the lifestyle of a woman where she's able to have somebody take care of her herself or her. Because remember, back days, women weren't able to go get jobs and work like a man and provide for everyone in the
Right.
house, you know?
And then they needed a constant supply of human beings to send to war because remember those were some violent times. So they had to continue to impregnate these women so that they would have all these humans to send to
Army.
war. There wasn't any
Literally back
other way
then.
to put it because they
Right?
could.
These women were having like more than a dozen kids
Yes, they were
in their
having lots of
lifespan. You know,
kids. They
but
needed
it
they,
was not just because I'm planting my seed here and there like they do today.
right. They had plans. They wanted to have all these people because they wanted the boys in particular to send off to war.
Mind you, though, Trev, right? Even though they had multiple women and many children, but they were still fathers providing for them.
That too, because you see, that was the expectation that the father provide for them. Society has a lot of influence, you know, a lot of influence on its
Yeah.
members. So back then, it was expected that the man should provide for his family. And if he did not, he was scourged upon.
Even the poorer men, right?
Eh?
Yeah, but even the men who were a bit poorer, the men who had no money,
Had no money,
who
they still were
basically lived
expected to
on minimum
provide for their
wage.
wives and children.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nowadays,
But nowadays,
things have changed,
but
right?
nowadays, if the woman doesn't have like at least $10,000, and we're looking just at least 10,000 in her bank account, a man is not going to commit to her.
Even so, you see that when a woman cheat
Yes.
on their man, there has to be a reason. Two wrongs don't make it right. There is always people always say they have a reason why they cheat, or you know, people always find some kind of justification. One of the most common
Well, here, let me
justification,
tell you this phrase,
eh? This,
right? To catch a cheat, they say to catch a cheating man, bring a woman to expose him. But to catch a cheating woman, bring a child to expose her.
oh, oh, I never heard that one before, but that sounds good.
That's an Arab phrase, right? So and the only person can expose a man is a woman, but
Okay.
nothing but a child can expose a woman. Remember, a
Yeah,
man can come and try to expose a woman. Nobody would believe him. But if your child does not expose you as a woman, who
exactly. If
else can
you
believe him?
get pregnant, you have a child, that is a lot of exposure right there. You can't deny.
No,
You,
no, no. What I'm saying is, women will
oh,
expose men in cheating. Men can try to expose the woman in cheating, but they most likely will not be able to get through. But women tend to do things in front of children that they forget that they do. So who else than a child is going to expose a cheating woman?
oh, is that you mean? Oh, sorry. I was
I know.
thinking, I was thinking completely differently because I was thinking, a woman, if a woman cheats, she gets pregnant, she's exposed, while a man could
No,
cheat over and over and never get exposed.
right. So they say this back home why men spend a lot of time with a woman. So the woman's gonna know them. But a woman spends a lot of time with
Okay,
her children.
with
Who
her
else other than her
children.
children is
So,
gonna know her? Right?
yes, now I get
Yeah.
you. Now I get you. Somebody says here, what? Listen, there's ambiguity in many of our statements, so that's okay. Most women are solely independent and financially stable. Yes, nowadays in today's society, a lot of us women are financially stable and we are independent. So we are not looking to a man to help us financially. It still is nice that a man can come in and make a woman feel secure in his own way, but financially, the way society is at this time, it makes more sense for a woman to have her own coins and not depend on a man. Because enough time these men that we find, they ain't worth the butt they sit on. And one
Even
thing,
Trev, they also have to. Men have to realize that there's a difference between a woman and a child or a little girl. Remember, I said little girls look for money, right? Women don't even look into money. And I'll tell you, the worst of all men is the one who has his wife at home, but is
and then come
cheating on the side
outside
with
looking
somebody
for
who's
somebody.
financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
But they're looking not just for anybody, they're looking for that side that has a financial stable life to her where they're draining that person,
Mm-hmm.
lying to them. And then what do you justify? So let's say, you met a side chick, she's spoiling you, gifts, one, two, three. So what do you tell your wife where you're getting this shit from? When she knows
Uh-huh.
you're not financially stable,
Mm-hmm. Come with a whole bag of lies. Come with a whole bag of
right?
lies. Being a single independent
Right.
woman, you don't need a man in your life. Some men don't like that. You are right. Some men don't like that. And another thing that I have noticed? I've noticed that a lot of women who have studied and had a good career, when they reach in their late 30s or 40s and they're ready to settle down, a lot of them don't end up going for a man who has done the same. They don't go for a man who has studied and have a good education and a good job, a good career. They usually end up go pick up a bum and turn him into a stay-at-home dad. Have you noticed an increase in that?
It's not even a bum. They end up picking up somebody who's good with the tongue, who literally, runs their mouth. So some of these women, they actually want to hear it
She
more
said
than
good
they
with
want
them
to feel it,
tongue.
or you know what I mean?
Man, I wonder what you mean when they say them good with them tongue.
Good with their tongue means they like to run their mouth. They like to
Oh,
talk a lot of shit. So a
oh,
man
just
could,
checking.
a man could, you know, yeah, no, no, no. But at the end of the day, you do have a lot of men who sweet talk, who will tell a woman exactly what she wants to hear, and you have
Mm-hmm.
some women who are stupid to believe it.
And I don't think it is stupid to believe it. I mean, if if I'm with you, whatever you say to me, I'm supposed to believe it. It's you who are not supposed to tell me a lie. But you can't blame me for
Right.
believing what you have told
But
me.
as a woman, no, Trev, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as a woman, when a man is super sweet and nice and lovey-dovey, something's off right there. And men tend to do that though. When they really want something from women, I
They
love
will
you,
go out of the way.
baby, and I want to
Yes.
do this for you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And when they don't need nothing from you, it's like you don't even hear from them.
Barry, so what kind of men do you all have in your circles? Barry,
It's
obviously they
not
are
about
not
what kind
nice
of men
like
we have.
you.
See, it's the kind of men that has came across our circle.
Obviously they're not nice like you, Barry. Oh my goodness. Barry, none of them can compare to you. But tell me, Barry.
I assume
Hmm?
I assume Barry's an older. He's an older person.
Yeah. No, 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 not older. I'm not much older than me. In my age
No, like
group.
I mean, like yeah, not we're not talking about like between like 20 and early
No,
30s.
in my age group. 50, between 50 and
Mm-hmm.
60. Yeah. That's
I find men from like 40 on, they still have that maturity level, that understanding level of what real men used to be.
that is true, and especially men who have already divorced, men in their 50s, 60s who have already divorced, and they are now looking for somebody to travel with them over into old age. You might not get the best of
Right.
them sexually, but you might get the best of them emotionally, depending on whatever trauma they may have or may not have experienced in their younger
No,
lives.
you see, I came across a topic not too long ago saying, why do men like to go for younger girls, and why are younger girls looking at older men, right?
Younger girls
Now
need
the older
security and financial stability.
well, you know what I said? I said, these younger girls who are looking at these older men, they're literally looking for, this is an easy, cheap way of getting, life insurance.
Yes. Yes. And the men have them as arm candy, and they like that. And the men will make them feel special because you see, the men at that age, they gotta compromise. They gotta compromise. They might not
But
be
but
good enough down there,
let
but
me
hey,
ask
they
you,
got a pretty young girl on their hand.
but a pretty girl on their hand, right? But come down to the reality of it. As the man gets older, or even people get older and elderly, right? So if a man was to fall ill and he can't do or perform general things, is this young little pretty girl going to be the one that's going to help him?
That's the thing. He don't care about that. He not worried about that. He not worried about that. He's worried about fulfilling his desires right now. That's what concerns him
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. And I see a lot of older men who go for the younger woman just to say, just to show off, not even for the women, not even for
Exactly,
us,
because they wanna, they still got it. They wanna say they still got it. The woman they were with in their 20s,
Even if they
they
don't
don't want
have
that
it.
woman no more because
Even
now
if they
she's
don't have it.
older. Barry always said now she's going through menopause. He wasn't prepared to deal with her in the menopausal stages when she's moody, when she might be not as interested in sex and all the other things that come with being menopausal. And he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump ship and get me somebody younger. There are many
Yeah, but it's the
factors, and
younger
I think
person.
it's different for
But
everybody.
again, no. You see, sometimes men don't understand women, right? Even now, I see, women, like, even in the early 30s are going menopausal. You don't have to be 40 to do that.
Well, that is true, but we're looking at it in a general sense that usually people start going being menopausal in their 20s. Everybody's biological clock is different, but I'm saying
Right.
the majority of people start experiencing menopausal symptoms in their 40s and 50s. So,
Right.
Barry's the one who is always saying,
But I mean,
the men were
this is
not
a natural
prepared.
life instinct thing.
Huh?
But it's equivalent to a man when he hits 45, 50 years old, he needs Viagra. A woman still has to put up with that.
Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah, a lot of men need some Viagra, some Cialis to help them in that department. And you find women who will put up with it. I mean, it's a way for helping them.
Right, right. But I mean, women have more better understanding
Excuse
and
me.
patience with men
Yeah,
than men do with women.
And a woman will tolerate, a woman will be more tolerant of, you know, those kind of
Yeah,
external
situations.
assistance. But
Okay.
men are not so tolerant. Yeah, as soon as
But
something
I mean,
start going
real men
wrong,
don't
they
care.
start looking for a solution outside of outside of the relationship. That's true.
But then again, you gotta say real women are like that. Remember, little girls are
Oh,
they have no patience. They if they're not, literally like I've seen these younger girls, a lot of
watch
pretty
out. I'm gonna
girls,
system
they
it.
got nice bodies and they got their looks are good and stuff, but they got no patience, no attitude. They're just so self-centered. Just because they got the looks, it doesn't mean that it's gonna cut it for you sometimes.
A lot of times they are not mature enough. A lot of times
Right.
yeah, these men are, it's almost like they settle for a younger woman. The younger woman is not mature enough to their level, but they just feel like, well, I just got to settle for her anyway because I want a younger woman. That's their objective, a younger woman. So whatever she comes with, whatever she brings or does not bring to the table, they don't care. They want a younger woman, they have a younger woman, and to them that's it. Because
I came across
every woman can
something like this.
lie down, but not every
So
man can stand up. I love, sorry, sweet. I love that. Every woman can lie down, but not every man can stand up.
I came across this something similar in topic. So we were saying, if you were to have, say, a 14-year-old mindset from the 80s, right? From the 80s and
Mm-hmm.
70s, and put her to a 20-year-old mindset of today's age, the maturity level is still going to be sky high for that 14-year-old compared to the ones today's 20-year-olds.
Wait, run that by me again.
Say it again? Okay. So let's say we went back to the future, we picked up a 14-year-old and how their maturity and mentality is. Bring her to
Mm-hmm.
the future today and put her side by side and equated her to a 20-year-old of today's age. Still, that old age 14-year-old is still going to have a better mentality and maturity level than a 20-year-old today. And I feel a lot of these men, the older men, are looking
Mm-hmm.
for the younger girls with that maturity level as what they grew up with.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. And that could be hard.
Right. So once
Yeah.
they get and dig deeper into these newer age, 20-year-olds and stuff, you realize,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? It's
Mm-hmm.
just a for show only, for looks only. That mentality, the maturity is not there as what they were growing up and what they're used to.
Yeah, you're right. Let me see. Somebody says here, so the younger girls, the in some relationships, the men want to be controlling. They need to wake up and know that it's not like back in the day. Exactly. The younger girls want an older man that can keep her, not a young man to depend on her. Look at that. Exactly. Exactly. A lot of younger women nowadays are heading for older men because you see they want financial stability. That older man probably getting a pension already. He's probably have, he's still working. He have a house. All these things already, and a lot of
But
these
you wouldn't
new
say, like,
girls and a lot of these new young girls, them don't want to have to work for nothing.
would you say some of the young girls? Would you say some of the young girls are looking for older men because they might have daddy issues? They
That
have
too.
other
That's what I
figures
was
in their
gonna
life.
say. Some of them may have daddy issues, but no, nowadays it's not so much about the daddy issue anymore. A lot of people, a lot of young women just don't want to start on the struggle bus. They don't want to have to struggle to get somewhere. I'm 20 years old and I have anything, and I'm gonna pick up this young boy. We neither of us have anything, and we are going to be, struggling together to get a house. We're gonna have kids and struggling. I don't want to have to do all of that. I want to just find me an older man who already has a car, or who can buy me a car, already has a house, and my life start out without that great struggle, because it is a struggle
Now you
these
see,
days for young people to start out their lives. It is a struggle.
in the Middle East, so in the Middle East where I'm from, right? Any man or any, let's say even if he's a 20-year-old, right? right? And he has interest in my daughter's hand in marriage or wants to get to know her. Now, this is how things used to be, and I think it still is now. So when he comes and he wants to introduce himself to the mom and the dad and the family, the first thing the mom and dad say, "Do you have a house? Do you have a car?
Okay.
Do you have a job?" You don't have
Okay.
any, right? So they say, if you don't have any of these three, you go get them. When time comes, and if my daughter is still interested and ready for you, you can have her. As long as you don't have a house to put her in, you don't have a vehicle to go and come, and you don't have an actual job to help you financially, then we have nothing for you here.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
Oh,
have a cousin who went through that, and literally, the guy came 3 times knocking on her father's door, and he had nothing. Took him 10 years to go get himself stabled, right? Because there's no
yeah, cause
jobs
like,
like
what's the
property.
point? Who wanna start out
But
in a struggle? When I was in my 20s, it was expected that you find somebody and struggle together or whatever. But struggle love is not easy. It's not. Yeah,
especially if
struggle
you're going
love
to
is
bring
not the
children
best.
into the world.
And then you're gonna bring children in, because one thing is for certain, two things is for sure. Y'all gonna start shacking up. Somebody gonna get pregnant. You're gonna end up getting pregnant. And then
Right.
neither of you have anything, and then you bring a child in, and the struggle continues. And these are the things that cause the perpetuation of poverty over and over. And the way society is nowadays, I mean, we want so much. There's so much to be had. I don't see why anybody would settle for nothing.
It's
But
not just poverty, but also
right,
bringing
there's just so
children
much.
into the world
Yeah,
where
there's so much. It's not like
you're
the
teaching
whole
each other
world is
to
connected.
live the same lifestyle,
Right.
right? Why would you want to bring your children to the same lifestyle and let them be accustomed to that, and for them to think that's normal instead of helping them and let them advance and get out there?
Exactly. And nobody want to keep children, keep having the children, having them in poverty, and just the cycle just continues with the children in poverty, parents in poverty. You can't help your child can't help you. Everybody, like, no, no.
One thing I tell my daughter, right? I tell them, I would love for you guys to get into the medical field. It's really nice. I mean, it is a preference for you in the end of the day. But what I want from you guys, get your education, get a proper career. You want to travel the world, you want to experience life. You could do that, but you have to have the right mindset, the right maturity level.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to push them to that. Like I told them, I have no problem paying for your college. I have no problem getting you a car in this, but I want you guys also to work for this too. The money's there, but I want you guys to push yourselves as well.
Push
Why?
yourself
Because
and
if you
work.
don't, well, if you don't push them to it, and if they don't experience a little hardship, they're never gonna get ahead in life later on.
Exactly. You said the young girls want an older man that they don't want a young man to depend. Oh, you already read it already. They don't want a young man to come depend on her. And I don't know what is it with our young men. Why there are so many young men who are not striving to be the one holding the bag, in terms
But
of
see, I
being
find
the
it in a
one
different
who's
way.
capable of providing. Why are so many of our young men not seeing that as not aspiring towards being
Because
be,
then again, it's an intimidation thing where
you think it
back then
is?
women weren't able to get it. I think it is. Aside from things that how we said some girls have daddy issues, but even these
Mm-hmm.
younger men, they have mommy issues too, because listen, when you have a woman who's on her feet and dependent and shit, you got these younger guys who are looking for somebody who's stable enough, but then the woman is taking care of them like as if she's their mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the mother issues too. We're the ones who had lack of mother attention when they were growing up. They didn't have that, enough mother love and attention and stuff. So they seek it out in women as well who are independent. I mean, mean, ask any man, right? What man wouldn't want his woman to hug him up every night, to, just, not like a mother thing, but, like a partner, but in a sense of an equivalency to what a mother would do to a child.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, I think we are continuing to produce children who end up with dependency issue because parents are no longer staying together and they don't feel an obligation to stay together. So we have more and more children who are growing up with mommy or daddy issues. There are little girls who are growing up never been hugged by daddy. Their daddy and their mommy broke up since they were 2 months old. They don't know what it is like to have a daddy in the home, to say daddy, to get daddy's opinion, for daddy to intervene with any problems they're having. So many. And also there are little boys who are growing up who never had a daddy sitting down and say, this is not what you do, this is not how you treat a woman. And they grow up with this anger, sometimes this lacking that leads to this angry response. Frankly, I think we have just too many of those. Too many. And these are individuals who are seeking relationships, and these are the individuals who are being parents. They're not parenting their children properly because they have issues from having been abandoned by a parent when they were children. So the cycle is continuing to repeat, and the cycle will continue, and it will continue to get worse because society is not going back to the ways things were before. So we're just gonna have to live with it. The only way I think that we can get rid of, or we can change the course, the social course, the only way I think we can change no problem, sweets, no problem. The only way we can change the course is if the expectations of society change. As long as society isn't expecting too much of you, you are not going to do too much. And that is exactly what we see happening. When our grandparents were young, society expected them to get married. Society expected the man to work and take care of his family and all that. And everybody wanted to conform. Nowadays, there is no punishment for non-conforming individuals. So there's no obligation to conform. So they don't. And the erosion continues year after year after year, generation after generation after generation, and now it seems like the norm. Yeah. Kazen, what's up? How you doing? Kazen, me a couple more minutes on the live. So me have to go get myself a good night's sleep. Kazen, me turn man pa you. Yeah, so me have just a couple more minutes. And me have a nice looking man though, not you? Yeah man, me have a nice looking man. That no means I don't want a nice looking woman, but me have a nice looking man. The girl that might hit for me. But tell them I say no luck over here. No luck. No luck. You understand? Kizzy! Kizzy! Kizzy, what's up? Good night, my love. You're coming just in time. You come just in time. Because me there around off my mouth talking. Me there around off my mouth talking about why men are short. Why good men, not just any man. Good men. Why are good men short? And the opinions vary. I don't know which one is better or which one is the best among all the opinions about why good men are short, but the fact still remain that unless we change the expectations of our men, the reasons for them to be short now is going to continue. So they are always going to be short from here on forward, unless the expectations are changed. And somebody said them gonna go back for the other team. May I go sleep? You done with me? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, oh, me know that. Say woman them like me. You'd be surprised. Have a good night. I'm Georgia. It was a pleasure having you, my dear, and thank you so much for your contribution to the live. Yeah, me I go to bed in the next few minutes as well. Must have have work in the morning. So I have to get a little bit of rest. I go to my bed 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. I wake up. I can't get another lap till 5 o'clock. That's good enough. And then I run for the day for 14 hours and then come back. Yeah. You get me? Yeah. So you're not the only ones going to bed. I'm going to bed too in a little bit. Okay, beautiful people. Cynthia and Kazen. Kazen, you have work in the morning? Kizzy, I'm gonna see you go live. What's going on with you, sis? Hmm? I'm gonna see you go live. I'm gonna see you go live on the top now the tube. I want to go on. You have to shape up your folly ground. Well, I say, if we need a good man. Oh, you see, I'll get up 4:30. Okay. The two of them, I get up 4:30. Oh, kids say she never do I want TikTok time live. She can't bother sometimes. I know sometimes it become overwhelming, and sometimes too when it not profitable, you know, you just it's not profitable for me, but sure. Me just go on here, man. Just spend the time. Just me as well. You just go and spend the time, you know. Yeah, rather than lay down here all depressed and stuff. Yeah, you just go and spend the time, you know, mind. I'm a double stream, so I don't have to worry about which time I go up on YouTube and which time I go up on TikTok and stuff. Whenever I am on one, I am on the other. Yeah, use one stone, kill two birds, and that's it. Right, Kim? Ah, Kim is here. Kim, what's up? Kim, who this? Kim said, who this? Kim, what you mean by who this is? You don't see a who? What see a? You don't see a me? You say who this? Kizzy, you ever go wash your foot? Kizzy, me I'll text you. When I come out for the live, I go text you. Okay? And everything good for eat, good for talk. Don't trust no shadow after dark. You get me? Alright. Yeah, when we done, we text you. Oh my gosh. But Kim, I come here with the topic tonight. I talk about why the man them short. Why the man them short and short. It's not Trevessence, it's not Trevessence. I can't with you. Yes, man. I have to come out as a man tonight. Yeah. That's supposed to stir the conversation. When we say, you know, why men are short and short. Both of them. Yeah, so many reasons I tell you, Kim, they've been talking about tonight. While you were not here, they were talking about, you know, why the men, women are not able to find good men these days. Are the younger people I'm sorry for, because the parents have not raised the pit them good. They're not raised the them good, you know. And sometimes you raise them are raised for them pitney like all to pick. And then they want for them pitney for go to street to find good decent. So them raise them pitney like Utupek and you raise your pitney good. And then them want to come mix up with your pitney. And that's how this thing go. Them have no emotional intelligence. You're right. Them not have no emotional intelligence. Pitting them angry, pitting them have all kinds of dysfunction going on with them. Everybody have all kinds of letter problems. Yeah, it's and as I said before, unless we change course and raise the bar, it is only going to get worse. Because we have to raise the bar, make the people them understand what is expected of them as humans, and we have to hold them accountable. But we not teach the values in the home and the school anymore. We're supposed to ensure that these young men and young women conform to any particular standard. No, it's just everybody do as them please. Everybody having a grand old time doing as they please. People doing this, that, the other, and the third. And there are no consequences. So everybody just continue doing what they want. And the consequences are just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Simple. And the only person who can change it for us is us. Remember that talk about now, sit down and wait on God for come on and wait, and go pray and go wait on God for change stuff. No, you have to change it. The power is in your hands to change it. And then they come on social media and them see the inappropriate things getting applauded. Exactly. All this inappropriate stuff. And if this inappropriate stuff is allowed to be out there in the wide open, the children see no reason for them to have any boundaries. So it's like we are in a society that has no boundaries at all. Yeah, we don't have no social boundaries. Everybody just do anything that please them. Everybody is having on their own joyride, doing their own thing, acting their own fool. Everybody's just doing their own thing. And that's what is sad. Because there is nowhere that can function like that. No organization that can function like that, where everybody is in there doing their own thing. Cannot be. But this is the society that we have, where everybody is doing their own thing. And the problems that's being caused by that, we see it every day. Tangible problems, palpable problems. But guess what? We seem powerless to change it, or we just don't want to change it. We just want to go on with it. And whatever happens. And that is absolutely sad. And I just hope that as parents, those of you out there who are raising children, that you will stop and take a good look. You see, I pick them on the internet across bad with and sitting there. Yeah. As adults, we have to take responsibility for the way the pick them are raised. Yeah, we have to take responsibility. And action. We know it can be a struggle, because imagine you at home trying to steer your child in one way, and then this child comes out and goes on the internet or interacts with kids in school, and it's a totally different agenda. Totally different. I can understand this struggle, but that doesn't mean that we should stop teaching our children the right things to do. We know there are going to be challenges, But that doesn't mean that we should throw in the towel, throw up our hands, and just let them go to do whatever they want. Because later on, somebody is going to say, your son not suitable for their daughter because your son are wish-wash. And somebody is going to say your daughter not suitable for their son because your daughter wish-wash. Yeah, so we have to decide as parents what we want to do, and always remember that the children we send out in society, they are our responsibility as to how they are sent out in society. So if you raise them like hooligan, no says a hooligan you said out in society. If you raise them like thief, know that it's a thief you're sending out into society. And if you raise them be well mannered and honest and kind, then that is the kind of person you will be contributing to society. Pick your choice. They are not all nice. All right? And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to you all. With that, I want to say we have come to the end of tonight's program. I want to say thanks to everybody who came in. Thanks to those of you who contributed to the chat. Thanks to my dear friend Sweets for having come up and shared with us. My dear friend Kim Screechy, thank you for the team. For the heart team, join the team. Whatever. I sincerely appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Barry and the others. Kim said we have to speak good things over them. Don't utter negative over them. Exactly. You have to speak good things, speak life, speak great energy, speak prosperity. Yes, over our children. Okay? All right, guys. So with that, we have come to the end of tonight's live. I want to say thanks to everybody who came in. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. If I didn't have to go to work tomorrow, I would stay with you all a little longer. But, I got work in the morning. So I got to go. Overtime, I really don't want to have to go, but I have to. All right, guys. So so that's going to be it from me for tonight, my friends. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters. Have yourselves a great night, everybody, and I'll see you all again sometime tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.